Cohesive, eclectic. Is that an oxymoron? No, it is definitely not. There's a way to create cohesiveness throughout your eclectic style home. This is how the best interior designers do it. We're gonna get in it today. I'm so excited you're here. Yeah. Let's go. Hello, my love. Welcome back. I am so happy you're here. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Christina DiStefano, and I'm an interior designer. I'm an artist. I live in New York City, and I recently bought a house last summer in the country. I like to share a little bit of both, but really what I enjoy doing more than anything is inspiring you to be more creative in your interior design, to think outside of the box so that you can create something new in interior design in your home that we've not seen before. We're gonna make a furniture layout, floor plan kind of thing. I don't expect you to be an expert at this, but I want you to start to plan. If you are purchasing new furniture, this is going to be especially helpful for you because before you make all these big ticket purchases, you're going to want to make sure that these pieces actually work and fit in the room. If you already own the pieces, but you're wanting to kind of change out the layout or refine your layout a bit more, then a layout plan is going to help you do that. I feel like the biggest challenge that I see with people designing their spaces when they are a little bit more of like wanting to embrace the eclectic style is that they lack that commonality throughout the home that really tells the story and pulls it all together. Remember that even though your style is eclectic, it doesn't mean that each room should not complement the other. All the rooms should have a feeling of cohesiveness, despite the fact that it being eclectic. Create consistency with a clear message or common thread. This is often referred to as the golden thread in interior design. Think of the golden thread as the visual experience that you are creating for the viewer or for yourself or for your guest to experience as they look at each room and journey through your home. This can become challenging when you're working with an eclectic style because you either one have to find the common thread throughout the home, or you're writing a whole new story and intentionally placing things throughout the home that are that golden thread, that tie-in that brings everything together. One way to do this is with your signature color. So think about your favorite color to use in your home. Your signature color is one color that is unified throughout the home, and perhaps you already have one. If you take a look around, you might see that you kind of already started gravitating towards your favorite interior color. You'll see this in the form of soft furnishings, pillows, all the details, drapes, little accessories, things like that. So have a look and see if you're already using a favorite color or you want to add one. Paint is one of my favorite ways to work with eclectic style and really tie it in together. You should find one that works with items you have in the room, so you could pull color from your rug, your drapes, pillows, various accents and details, artwork. So you're really looking for the commonality throughout each room. You've got the star of the show, the leading actor, but then you have, like, if this were a movie, then you have the supporting actor. What is the supporting color that complements your lead actor color? I like analogies, what can I say? It just helps to paint the picture. It helps me, I hope it helps you. Working with focal points is really important too, because I feel like sometimes when we are more of an eclectic style, we disregard the focal point. Now you can have one main focal point, one big star of the show, or you can balance out that focal point with other sort of characters throughout the space. So other things throughout the space, moving your eye around the room rather than making your eye go numb because there's just too much to absorb and take in. It gets a little more exciting when you're like, when your eye moves from this interesting piece over to like this interesting piece and then over to this other interesting piece. So you want that rhythm and you want that movement. Don't forget about rhythm in your home when you are eclectic style, because it's not about creating a showroom of every piece that you own. It's about curated restraint. I cannot say that enough. It's easy to go overboard, but if you use a curated eye and you focus on that and maintain a level of restraint in designing, I think you're going to achieve it. I think you're going to get that cohesive look that you're aiming for. Another way that I like to do this, so I talked in the last, I talked in the last 2 episodes with learning the rules and then breaking the rules of interior design about working with the neutral base. I just feel like a neutral base is, you're just going to get longevity out of doing that. So thinking about sofas, accent chairs, coffee table, these are like the base layer pieces. You can work with true neutrals, you know, creams, whites, blacks, beiges, browns, the traditional neutrals. But in my opinion, you can make any color a neutral. And this is where it can be very fun, especially if you have that eclectic style, because then you're using this color infusion throughout your home as a neutral.
The key is color saturation, using the same color throughout the space or shades of that color as your base color, and then working all your items around that one color.
If you have too many objects of the same size, you can lose the visual impact of those pieces. So work with varied sizes. This is going to create a little more of like a typography happening within the space, a little more eye movement up and down and moving you around the space. Don't forget about rhythm. I cannot mention that enough. Don't make me dance for you again or sing, because I could break the internet with that voice. Negative space in the eclectic home is just as important as what we put in. So you really want to play and work with this negative space, creating hub, harmony, unity, and balance. Those are the feelings that you're going to feel in that space. So important for just creating that home base that feeds you, that nourishes your soul. So you can get out there in the world and do all these great things that you're going to do. If you are an eclectic style person, you have many different things. I want you to work as a curator, an art curator in your home. When you put everything out on display, it doesn't give your eye a place to rest. It moves your eye around too much, and that's what we want. We want to create visual interest, but we want to harmonize and balance that with giving our eyes a place to rest and just enjoy what we're seeing, like in that moment, in that vignette.
What I love most about eclectic style is it really is the style that reflects the personality of the person living in this space. It's a great opportunity to show who you are and showcase things that you love. Having restraint allows you to put focus on the pieces that are most important and communicate this message individually and then collectively throughout the entire space.
Incorporating wood throughout your home will give you a feeling of cohesion as long as you're following these 3 steps.
Number 1, you're going to identify the dominant wood species or color. 2, you'll determine the undertone. Is it cool or is it warm? And 3, you're going to choose similar finishes. For example, shiny, rustic, or natural. You can 100% mix your woods as long as you're following these 3 guidelines.
Another thing to keep in mind is surface area for your drinks, your guest drinks and things like that. You want to make sure there's places to put drinks. So maybe you need to incorporate drink tables or allocate certain areas on surfaces where drinks can go, coasters, things like that. So you're basically showing your guests, this is where I want you to relax and here's where you can place your drinks. You want to make sure that you mix textures. So just like the golden thread, you could find one main texture. So you mix the textures, but find one main texture and then weave that throughout your home. For example, linen. I love linen and I love weaving that natural fabric throughout our home in the country. Matching patterns is a true skill that people work for a long time to develop, but I also believe it can be very intuitive. My number one tip for you would be to work with patterns that carry a same feeling. Here's what I mean by that.
I love this space so much. I think it's so great the way he's integrated all of this tapestry. So you see how these kind of are in conversation with each other and they work together. It's very bold, but I love it. The way I would put this is you want to think about things in conversation with each other. You don't want items to argue with each other. You want them to kind of carry the same message or the same feeling. This is the way you're going to pull this off successfully.
All right, so let me just stop for a moment and say thank you for being here and watching this video. I am so glad that you're here and I really hope this video inspires you and brings you value. I have a lot more inspiration on my page, so check that out. Also, if you enjoy what you're seeing here and you vibe with me, then consider subscribing. I'd love to have you here, love to have you part of the community, and would love to know your thoughts. You know when those things are off, so incorporating these tips that I presented to you today will keep that from happening and keep you aligned with harmony, unity, and balance. Hub, as we call it around here. There's a lot of thought and planning that go into an eclectic style, so that way you're getting that cohesive feeling throughout the home. This is what we're looking for. We're looking for a feeling of intention. That's what makes great design, is the intention. You can see intention happening. You can see that there was thought. You can see that there was heart and soul put into the way things are placed and the creation and the accumulation and curation of everything in the home. This is what sets apart just someone with eclectic style who has a lot of things, or someone who's actually taken the time to really think about and create a space that is eclectic and reflective of who they are, but they have that extra something, that je ne sais quoi, that really sets them apart from other homes and other people that are eclectic. So are you an eclectic maximalist or eclectic minimalist? Are you an eclectic middle of the road? Because I think that's what I am. Remember, designing your own home and decorating your home, it is a marathon and not a sprint. Your design should continue to evolve just as you do and as your tastes evolve. Don't be afraid to change things if your taste starts to change or if you start to change. The way that we live at home has a way of carrying over into our life outside of our home. Everything begins at the home, and so my hope for you is that I can inspire you to create a space that just feels so nurturing to your soul. And on that note, sending you so much love from New York. Mwah. That was funny. My hair was like, whoa, whoa, mwah.